Ready? Hi, my name is Elizabeth Cox, and I thank you for your time. I just want to explain to you an upcoming trip to Rwanda, and I hope you are as inspired as I have been about this trip and why it's important. I'm going to Rwanda December 12th with a group called Global Relief and Development Partners. This came about with a conversation with Dave Ormesher, who's one of the founders of the group. And I just want to explain to you why I think it's important, why I think you'll find it's important to do this type of trip right now and the kind of sustainable growth that they're offering. So I don't know about you, and I'm probably dating myself, but if you remember for the price of a cup of coffee a day, you can feed a child in Africa, which is an amazing, I'm sure, great humanitarian group, and they were on commercials when I was a kid. And the thing is that today you can still feed a child in Africa with the price of a cup of coffee, maybe even the child of the person that that was, the one that we were feeding in the 80s and 70s. And this is still important stuff. But what spoke to me about talking to Dave about the group and what he's doing is the fact that they want to go to Africa and create self-sustainable growth. And so the difference for me was, hey, every year I get these cards from great foundations and I send money to them, but I know that next year I'm going to get them too. And the impact I had is that he has a vision for changing that to self-sustainability. And here's what the vision is, a little bit about it. Dave is an entrepreneur and a successful one here in Chicago, and he wants to create value not just for himself and his family, his employees, but he has a special place in his heart for Rwanda. And so 4 years ago, they created a mentoring program where other successful entrepreneurs, people who had their work down here in this country, could go over there and give their knowledge, advice, and strength to entrepreneurs in Africa. And what's important about that is, a great leader, and I don't know about you, I've worked for the good, the bad, and the ugly in entrepreneurs. A good leader and a bad leader, I think any of you can, see that from your day-to-day, but in my experience has been somebody who drive-by delegates. Hey, Elizabeth, do this, one day. The next day, you know what, we're changing our whole strategy. Do that. And it creates confusion, and you feel lost, you have fear for your job. A great leader, like I work for two entrepreneurs right now, Dan and Babs, they have the strength, they have leadership. I'm committed to their vision. I know that when they're putting together their plan of action, that they're including not just their family, but their thoughts of my family and well-being as well. And working for somebody like that and feeling the strength, right now we're all in this recession and there's all these fears around it, but I don't have those fears today. I know that even if they had to lay me off, which I'm not, I'm not going there, that would be for the best interest as a whole. And working for a great entrepreneur with a vision, and they would never have to do that, that's not what I'm saying, but it gives me that mindset that I want others to have that too, because I've seen the bad, and I think you could probably appreciate working for somebody that they cut your salary, but they buy a new car, or just the entrepreneurs we've heard about in the economy that stole hundreds of millions of dollars and ran from their companies and have hurt people. So there's all those types out there. But what Dave's group does is these entrepreneurs are paying for themselves and they're risking, malaria, yellow fever, things like that, to go to Rwanda and give their advice to the people in Rwanda. And the impact there is when you have a great leader, that same vision, they have resources in Rwanda, and it's actually a very rainforesty country, and things like that, but they don't have that development that we have. And they're giving this away for free to them to help, create that sustainability and that growth so that they can further that. And so, the old adage of give a man a fish or teach him to fish, this kind of adds to that. Give the man the ability to have true goals and go after them and create value within his tribe, his community, his country, create the trade lines around being able to get his products to us here in the United States or all over the world. And that creates that middle class, that growth, that sustainability, so that I don't have to keep sending a check possibly, that they can send checks out within their own country, that things can change there and change for the better and change permanently. What's important right now is that Rwanda has a government and a president that is behind this 100% and anti-corruption, and it's really working. The people are behind it. Everything I've read, and if you go on my blog, I've got some great articles about them. Right now, this is the time. But as we all know, the good, the bad, and the ugly's out there. If we leave that void and we don't make that bigger and better future, those people are still waiting to take instead of give. And so I guess the impact I see here is that these entrepreneurs, this is low overhead, they're doing this themselves, and that the growth has actually been happening over the last 4 years. And you're probably wondering why I'm involved and why I'm going. My personal skill set, and as you know, I'm not an entrepreneur, I work for the man, and I work for some great entrepreneurs, but my personal skill set is facilitation, and I have a mastermind group of entrepreneurs and other support staff and people who are helping me right now today to put this together. We want to get the best practices out of what Dave's been doing and what these entrepreneurs have been doing. And we want to make this great, but we also want to make this be able to replicate this for other countries, for other developing nations, for the United States here. And I can help facilitate that. I've taken the action, and I hope that you see the vision here and you see why this is important right now. There's more information. I have a website. You are welcome to come donate, but you're also welcome to give your thoughts, your comments. If you have any suggestions, there's a lot more impact I'm hoping this trip will make to Rwanda, and I've made a little sign. So here's the website. I hope you can see this. Sponsoringgrowth.com. Please visit, and if nothing else, have a great day. Thank you.